So let's come into a comfortable seated position. You can move the flesh from your sit bones and sit tall. Prop your sit bones up on a block or bolster, blanket, whatever you have. And then just sit here with a tall spine, relaxed body. Close your eyes. Take a few moments to acclimate to this time and space. And really fall into that present moment awareness. So draw the chin in slightly and lift the back of the skull and sort of settle the busy or active mind into the region of the heart. Continue to feel that elongation down through the spine as the sit bones anchor deeply, knees and feet are relaxed. And then find your breath. And you don't have to change it, just begin by observing the breath and how it's flowing in the body today. Does it feel like the belly is expanding more on inhalation and exhalation, or are you feeling the breath more in the chest? And if so, if you're feeling the breath more in the chest, see if you can start to direct it down so that you're using a little bit more of the diaphragm. On the inhalation, as the breath comes in and down, the diaphragm descends, allowing for more air to enter the lungs. And as you exhale, that navel, pelvic floor lifts slightly to help push the breath out as the diaphragm once again domes, and it continues to send the breath out through the lungs, out through the nostrils. Now, as you're breathing deeply in this way, begin to lengthen your breath and bring in the count of 5 on inhalation and 7 on exhalation. So the exhale will be 2 counts longer than the inhale. And really begin to establish yourself in this pattern. With the longer exhale, bring in more of the qualities of exhale, that of calming, releasing, and really that feeling of letting go. So it's easy to get caught up in the mind and all the rapid thoughts. But we can use our practice, and particularly our breath, in such a way that we can slow some of the vrittis, some of the fluctuations of the mind down. And extending the exhale breath is one of the ways to do this. Now, if it's uncomfortable to extend the exhale breath, that's okay. Even if it feels like no air is continuing to leave the body, see if you can feel that you're releasing through the energetic body. So one way I like to think of that is each exhale feeling sort of like a sigh. Like, I'm just letting it go. So we're going to be working in the body today with forward bending. And these postures also really stimulate the nerves in the body that help us to rest and digest. So the parasympathetic nervous system helps us to let go, to eliminate, to release on all levels, physical, mental, and emotional. And we'll be bringing in some chanting today with the practice. And the chant we're going to work with is Namaha. So Namaha means I surrender, I let go. This is not mine, not my burden to carry. And when we chant that last part of the 3-syllable, the ha, I want you to remember that feeling of a sigh. So that when we chant Namaha, that last bit is just the final release, the letting go, the complete and total surrender. The softness maybe enters the body, quietude to the mind, and just a feeling of contentedness to the spirit. So just like a parent would never burden their child to take on the responsibilities of the world and all the complexities, so too the divine has no intention of requiring each and every one of us to figure it all out. And we can surrender into the knowledge that thy will be done. And there's great peace to be had there. So just 2 more breaths here, continuing that 5-7 breathing. Each exhale is like a sigh. So you're not rapidly releasing the air like you would for a sigh. It's just the quality of it, that feeling of really letting go. Good. And then join your hands together in front of your heart and let your thumbs touch your sternum and bow your head to your hands. I want you just to think for a moment about something in your life that's asking you to let it go. Sometimes it can be a relationship. Sometimes it can be a thing that maybe you've had too much attachment to and it's now causing suffering. It can be an attitude that you've been carrying that's just, again, causing unnecessary strain in your life. Anything that you want to release, send that intention here into your heart. And surround it with unconditional love. Just remember again that these burdens, some we are intended to work through, but others we don't have to carry. And then we'll begin the practice with a chant of Om 3 times. And remember that there's 3 parts. The A vibrates the lower spine, the O vibrates the middle spine, and the M vibrates the upper spine. So deep inhale in. And long exhale out. Emptying those lungs completely. Take another deep inhale in. your chin to your chest. And just gradually open your eyes and come back into the room. So we'll come into tabletop position to start. Move the bolster out of the way, or block or blanket, whatever you had. And hands are going to start underneath the shoulders, knees under the hips, tops of the feet pressed down. On your inhalation, lift the heart, lift the sit bones, look up. Keep a little lift in the lower belly to protect the lower back. And then exhale, round the back, sit bones to the heels, child's pose. Repeat that again. Inhale, come up. Heart lift, sit bones lift, extending through the front body. Exhale, pull the navel toward the back body and round out, draw back, sit bones to heels, child's pose. Good, now with that breath count. So inhaling for 5, heart lift, sit bones lift. Exhaling for 7, so take your time to really pull the abdomen in and even squeeze the inner elbows toward the midline as you come down. Again, inhaling for 5. And exhale for 7. Just a little more time, really releasing. Okay, let's bring in that chant. So as you inhale, heart lift, sit bones lift. As you exhale, we'll chant Namaha. Namaha. Again, feel that sigh on the ha. Namaha. 2 more, please. Namaha. Now stay down, walk your hands forward, come up onto your fingertips and lift your inner palm so it feels like you're dipping your heart towards the earth. Then at the same time, draw the tips of the shoulder blades slightly down your back. So as you're hugging those bottom fibers of the trapezius toward the midline and down, feel the shoulder heads pull away from the ears. Now walk the hands to the right and press your left sit bone down, and palms can be flat now. Left shoulder softens towards the earth, bow the rib cage, breathe into any area that feels tight. With that longer exhale breath, send out the tension. Keep releasing, keep letting go, feel that sigh. And then move over to the other side and do the same thing. So over to the left. Right sit bone softens, right rib cage bows. Relax the shoulder heads. Use that longer breath to feel a deep sense of surrender. And then come back to center. Make sure your knees are together and sit tall on your heels. So we're going to move in and out of dynamic Vajrasana. But as we do that, we're going to really work on utilizing Jalandhara Banda, or the chin lock. So inhale, hands onto the sacrum to start. Inhale, stand on your knees. Reach your right arm up and over the head. And as you do, look up at the hand. Then as you begin the exhale, bring the chin down first, and then draw the navel towards the spine and slowly lower towards the floor. Inhale, keep the chin in, come all the way back up to standing on the knees, and then at the last second, look up at the hand. Once again, bring the chin down, bring the hand to the sacrum, and then slowly forward fold over the legs again. Inhale, keep the chin in. As you come back up, left arm's going to lift. And at the last second, lift the chin to look up. Bring the chin down first. Keep that chin drawing in as the navel hugs the spine as you come down. Inhale, chin stays in as you come back up to standing on the knees. And at the last second, you're going to lift and look up. And start the exhale again with the chin drawing towards the chest. Bring that left hand to the sacrum as you come down. And other side again. Inhale, stand on the knees, right arm's going to lift. Chin stays in until the last second. You're going to look up. Exhale begins with the chin drawing towards the chest as you slowly come down. Inhale, that chin stays in as you come back up. Excuse me. Looking up at the hand at the last second. Then exhale, chin starts to come in first, and then bring the hand to the sacrum as you come back down. Left side. Inhale, chin stays in, left arm lifts. Look up at it the last second. Exhale, chin begins to come in as you start to forward fold. And inhale again, standing on the knees. Chin stays in. You're looking up at the last second. Exhale, chin in first, and then slowly start to take the hand to the sacrum, forehead to the floor. Inhale, right arm lifts. Last one. Last second, lift the chin. Exhale the chin in, Jalandhara Banda, as you come down, navel to spine. Inhale, chin stays in, stand on the knees, lifting up. Last second, the chin will lift. And exhale, chin in, and move the arm to the sacrum as you come back down. Last time, left side, inhale, the left arm lifts, chin stays in, to the last second, look up. Exhale, chin comes down. Slowly come back down over those legs, navel to spine. Inhale, stand up again. It's not to the last second that you're going to look up. And then exhale, chin down first, hand to sacrum, navel to spine as you come down. And then just stay here for a moment and rest. Hands can stay on the sacrum. One hand can clasp the wrist of the opposite hand. Good. Arms reach forward. Tabletop position. Lift the heart, lift the sit bones, look up. And then exhale, tuck the toes for downward facing dog. So we'll just move the feet a little bit here, bending one knee and press the other heel down, and then bend the other knee and press the other heel down. Just enough to start opening up the legs, releasing any tension that may have built up. And notice if there's a difference between right and left. So just observing any imbalances in the body today. Then find the feet hip distance apart, toes turned in slightly, heels out. Roll the inner thighs in and back. And then as the inner thighs are rolling in and back, lift the tailbone just a little higher and see if that elongates the waist. As the waist lengthens, feel that elongation through the arms, but then roll your shoulder heads away from your ears so the head and neck can just hang between the shoulders and there's stability in the upper back. Hug the inner elbows toward one another like there's a block there, and keep pressing firmly through the hands like they're an extension of the feet. Each time you exhale, that longer exhale breath, really hug the navel in towards the back body, almost getting a sensation of hollowing out the belly. 5-7 breathing. Anytime you want throughout the practice today, you're welcome to internally chant Namaha on exhale. Good. One more full, complete breath here. And then rise onto the balls of your feet. Bend your knees, look at your hands, and step forward to your fingertips. Come into standing forward fold. So we're going to have our hands onto the backs of our thighs. And on the inhale, squeeze the elbows toward the midline. lift your chest to halfway, sliding the hands up towards the glutes, and then exhale, navel to spine, fold back down, hands slide back down the legs. And we'll do that again. Inhale, you're going to slide up. You can keep a micro bend in your knee if you need to protect your legs. And then squeeze those elbows back so the spine is nice and flat. And then exhale and come back down. So we're going to work with that chin again. So as you inhale, you're going to keep the chin in, Jalandhara Banda. And at the last second, lift it slightly. And then exhale, chin goes in right away. Fold back over the legs, slide the hands down. Repeat it. Inhale, back is flat, chin is in, last second lift. Exhale, chin goes right back in, sliding the hands down, keeping Jalandhara Bandha the whole time. Again, inhale. Lift at the last second, feel a little more opening in the heart. Exhale, chin goes right back in. And just one more, please. Good, and now this time as you go all the way down, you're going to stay, and you can have the feet hip distance apart, you can keep a little micro bend in the knee, and if you'd like, you can wrap your arms around the backs of the legs. And just hold the chest to the thighs, make sure there's no weight on the head and neck, just let that be relaxed. Breathe deeply here. And then as you're breathing that 5-7 breath, see if you can extend the breath by 1 count. So what that means is we'll start at 5-7, and then go to 5-8, and then 5-9, and if you can, getting all the way to 5-10. So just a 5 count inhale, 10 count exhale. Take your time to do this, and as the exhale lengthens, feel more and more that quality of a sigh. So really surrendering, really letting go. Two more. Very nice. Now, hands on the backs of the thighs. Again, keep the chin drawn in towards the chest. Squeeze the elbows back, come to halfway. Press into the feet, reach the arms out wide. And again, at the very last second, lift the chin. Look up at the hands. Chin down, and then exhale the arms to your side. And just come into standing mountain pose for a moment. And breathe. And just experience that. What's shifted? How does it feel? Does the body feel like there's more calm, more sense of letting go? Okay, so we're going to do a variation of sun salutation here that involves pigeon pose. We're not going to stay in pigeon for very long. Since it is still a sun salutation, we want to keep it relatively active. Hands together in front of the heart. Feet can be hip distance apart or big toes touching, space between the heels. Inhale, the arms reach up. Exhale, sink into chair. Stay for the inhale, lower the shoulders, tailbone under, lower belly lifts. Exhale, forward fold over the legs. Inhale, halfway in a monkey pose, hands on the shins or floor, but flat back, chin in. And then exhale, step or lightly hop back to downward facing dog. From down dog, come onto the balls of the feet. Bringing the feet together, reach the right leg up in the air. Exhale the left heel down. Inhale the right leg as high as you can. And then exhale, swing it through for pigeon pose. Knee comes towards the right wrist. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, walk it out. And you can just stay on the forearms for these first few rounds as we acclimate. 3 Ujjayi breaths here. And we want to release and let go, but we're going to also keep it active by really pressing into the top of the back foot so you feel the big toe and the pinky toe grounding. So leg is firm. Last breath here. And then bring the hands back under the shoulders, tuck the back toes under, and inhale, reach that right leg all the way up in the air. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to plank position. If you'd like, bring your knees to the floor for the first round. Squeeze the elbows tight, chaturanga. Tops of the feet ground. Inhale, halfway, cobra. Exhale, navel up and back, downward facing dog. So feet together again, balls of the feet. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale the right heel down. Inhale the left leg as high as you can. And then exhale, swing it through for pigeon pose on this side. So left knee to left wrist. Inhale, open the heart first. And then exhale and walk it out. Take your 3 breaths here. If you want to stay on the forearms or if your body's starting to feel a little warmer and go a little deeper, that's perfectly fine. Gaze is steady. Make sure you stay firm in the top of that right foot. Right leg is anchored deeply into the earth. One more full breath here. We don't want to get too comfortable. And then hands back under the shoulders. Tuck the back toes under. Inhale, lift that left leg up in the air. And exhale, downward facing dog. And take 5 full breaths here in down dog. Same alignment principles that we started with. Keep rolling those shoulder heads away from the ears. Navel surrenders in and up underneath the rib cage. So there's that quality of hollowing out the belly. And then come onto the balls of your feet. Bend your knees, look at your hands, step or lightly hop forward. Inhale halfway to monkey pose. So hands on shin or floor, but flat back. And then exhale, forward fold over the legs. Inhale, bend the knees, arms reach, chair pose. Stay for the exhale, sink a little deeper. Inhale, reach all the way up to standing, lengthening the side bodies. And then exhale, hands to heart. That's one round. Let's do another. Inhale, the arms reach up. Exhale, sinking into chair. Stay for the inhale, lower shoulders, tailbone under, lower belly lifts. Exhale, forward fold over the legs. Inhale, halfway into monkey pose. Hands on shin or floor. Exhale, step back to down dog. Bring the feet together, come onto the balls of the feet, reach the right leg up in the air. Exhale the left heel down. Inhale the right leg as high as you can, and then exhale, swing it through for pigeon pose. First, inhaling, the heart opens up a little bit more, and then exhale, forearms or full upper body coming down into the mat. 3 breaths. Stay firm in the back leg. One more. Without getting too comfortable, hands under the shoulders, tuck the back toes under, inhale the right leg up in the air, and exhale, downward facing dog. So this time, if we want, take more of a traditional vinyasa. Inhale to plank position. You can keep the knees lifted for chaturanga. Inhale into cobra or upward facing dog, and exhale to downward facing dog. Feet together, balls of the feet. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale the right heel down. Inhale the left leg as high as you can, and then exhale, swing it through for pigeon on this side. Inhale, the heart extends into the back bend, and then exhale, you walk it out, forearms or whole upper body down. 3 breaths. Use that exhale to let go. One more. Hands back under the shoulders, tuck the toes, inhale the left leg up. And exhale, downward facing dog. Again, 5 full breaths here in down dog. And just notice that through the repetition of these sun salutations, these movements, how the body finds those familiar patterns and then begins to release a little more quickly each and every time. Keep lifting the tailbone, keep grounding those heels into the earth. Hollow out that belly. Good. Balls of the feet, bend the knees, look at the hands, step or lightly hop forward. Inhale, halfway to monkey pose with a flat back. Exhale and forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Stay for the exhale, sink a little deeper. Inhale, reach up, elongating the side bodies, and exhale, hands to heart. So just one more, please. Inhale, the arms reach up. Exhale, sink into chair. Stay for the inhale, lower shoulders, tailbone under, lower belly lifts. Exhale, forward fold over the legs. Inhale, halfway to monkey pose, flat back. And exhale, step or hop back to downward facing dog. Feet together, balls of the feet, inhale the right leg up. Exhale the left heel down. Inhale the right leg as high as you can. And then exhale, swing it through for pigeon pose. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, walk it out. 3 full breaths. Last one. Hands back under the shoulders. Tuck the toes. Inhale that right leg up. And exhale, downward facing dog. So if you want to challenge this vinyasa, keep your feet together. Come through plank into upward facing dog. Then exhale to chaturanga, bend the elbows. Inhale back to upward facing dog. And exhale to downward facing dog. Feet are still together. Balls of the feet. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale the right heel down. Inhale the left leg as high as you can. And then exhale, swing it through for pigeon on this side. Inhale, open into the back bend. And exhale, walk it out. 3 breaths. Firm back leg. Last one. And hands back under the shoulders, tuck the toes. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, downward facing dog, 5 breaths. So again, anytime you want during the practice today, internally chanting Namaha on exhale will naturally help to lengthen that breath, as well as bringing in the added benefit of the vibration of that meaning of that mantra. I surrender. I let go. This is not mine. Last one. Good. Inhale. Balls of the feet, exhale, step or lightly hop your feet forward. Inhale to monkey pose, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift and rise chair. Stay for the exhale, go deeper. Inhale, come all the way up. Elongate that front body. And then exhale, hands to heart. And now you could either keep the hands there or down by your side. Just close your eyes for a moment. And take in the sensation. And if you don't want to close your eyes, soft gaze is perfectly fine. But feel both that warmth moving through you, the ability to let go, both physically, mentally, emotionally, and even spiritually. Go ahead, slow the breath down again. Okay, so we're going to do another vinyasa, but it's a slower vinyasa, and we're going to work with that Jalandhara Banda again. So feet are going to start hip distance apart or slightly wider. Inhale, the arms reach up. And then exhale, forward fold. Turn the toes out, heels in. Inhale into squat. Then exhale to forward fold. Inhale, lift and rise all the way up, arms reach. And exhale, hands to heart. Okay, so adding in the Banda. So inhale, the arms reach up, keep the chin in till the last second, then look up. Now bring the chin down as you exhale, forward fold, Jalandhara Banda. Toes out, heels in. Inhale to squat, you still have that Jalandhara Banda. Exhale, toes back in, still Jalandhara Banda in the forward fold. And then keep it in as you inhale all the way up, and it's not till the last second that you're going to lift the chin and look at the hands. Bring the chin back down one more time, and exhale, hands to heart. Okay, so let's do that one more time together. Inhale, keep the chin in till the last second, look up. Exhale, bring the chin down, exhale, forward fold. Toes out, heels in, keep the chin in Jalandhara Banda. So long neck, exhale, toes back in, standing forward fold. Inhale, chin stays in as you reach and lift all the way up. Last second, lift the chin. And then exhale, bring it down. Arms come down, hands to heart. Okay, now let's see if we can add in the mantra, not to get too confusing. Inhale, the arms reach up, chin stays in till the last second, look up. Bring the chin down as you begin the chant. Namaha. Toes out, heels in. Coming into that squat. As you chant back to forward fold, chin stays in. Namaha. Inhale, the arms out wide as you lift and rise. Chin stays in till the last second. Bring the chin down as you bring the arms down, chant. Namaha. Again, inhale. Chin stays in till the last second. Forward fold, chin in. Namaha. Toes out, heels in. Keep the chin in. Big inhale. Chin in for forward fold. Namaha. Keep the chin in as you lift and rise all the way up. Not to the last second, lift it. And then exhale, arms down by your side, chin is in. Namaha. One more. Chin in. Namaha. Inhale. Exhale. Namaha. Inhale. Not to the last second, look up. Chin in. Namaha. And then just stand for a moment. Either keep your hands there or by your side and feel that. Feel the energy of that forward folding sequence. And inhale, the arms reach up. Keep the chin in till the last second, look up. And exhale, chin in as you forward fold, long spine. And stepping the right foot back, come into a shorter stance. 3.5 feet. Heel to heel alignment, right toes pointing towards the upper right corner of your mat. Push into the ball of your front foot and lift your toes. And activate the arches of both the inner and outer foot. Now, in your hips, make sure they're square. So if you want to take one hand onto your sacrum and feel that they're level, you can. Another trick is to lean into the leg that has more sensation. That usually tends to balance things out. Hug the inner thighs towards the midline so you have nice firm stability in the legs. And then we're going to inhale, lift the chest away from the thigh, and exhale, melt. And we're just going to stay in the pose. So fingers in a finger stand, hands on the floor, hands on blocks, whatever you need. But the idea is to stay stable here. And we're going to use the chant to go deeper into the pose. So inhale, you might find your lungs lengthening your chest a bit. Exhale, chant as you surrender more deeply. Namaha. Again, inhale. Breathe all the way down. Exhale as you chant, surrender more deeply. Namaha. Now we're going to do that 3 more times, and each time get just a little quieter, so by the last one you're just barely whispering. Namaha. Namaha. Last one. Namaha. Now stay. Deep breaths, 5, 7. Keep letting go. Last one. Really surrender. And then walk your hands towards your right foot, turning your toes in for wide foot spreading posture. And you can keep your stance a little more narrow here. That same stance you had for pyramid is perfectly fine. Hands onto the backs of the thighs. Now slide the hands down equally to the ankles, and do that a few more times to the backs of the thighs or glutes. Sliding the hands down to the ankles. And one more. And then you can hold on to the ankles, or if you like to hook the index middle thumb around your big toe, draw the crown of the head towards the earth. And even though it doesn't touch, that's okay. You're hinging from the hips and you're letting gravity take the upper body. So you really want to imagine that you almost have an anchor or a weight attached to the crown of the head. It's just providing you some natural traction for the spine. Stay firm in the legs so that that's nice and stable, pressing to the outside edges of the feet. Keep leaning slightly forward in the balls of the feet so you're balanced in the center of the foot. Now, of course, you can always internally chant Namaha if that helps you. Last one. Again, going through layers here as well. Now we're going to do a little bit of Banda work in a deeper way. So fingers in a finger stand, bring them underneath your shoulders. Inhale your chest nice and long. And then as you exhale, walk your hands back through your legs, forward folding a little more deeply. So you can just start with this if you're not comfortable with retention. You'll just inhale forward, walk the hands forward, elongate the spine, press into the feet, and exhale, walk the hands back, each time maybe getting a little more space. If you want to work with the bandhas, you're going to inhale forward, elongating the spine. Now you're going to exhale all the breath out here. So as you exhale, let all the breath leave the body. Get as empty as you possibly can. Hold the breath out. Don't breathe in, and slowly walk away again, really drawing the navel deeply in and up under the rib cage, holding only to your comfort level, no strain. And then as soon as you need to inhale, breathe here and fill the back body with breath. The whole back side. And now exhale back through the legs again. Let all the breath leave the body. The more empty you get, the easier the suction is. Hold the breath out, don't breathe in, walk away slowly, and take that navel deeply in and up underneath the rib cage. Only holding to your capacity, breathe in when you need to, and fill the back body with breath. No strain. One more together. Exhale. All the breath leaves. Hold the breath out, don't breathe in, walk away, and suck pelvic floor, navel deeply in and up. Only to your capacity. As soon as you need to breathe into the back body, fill it with breath. 2 more on your own. It's a very personal practice. Don't strain. When you complete that last one, fold back over your legs, and now we're going to shift back into the position we were just in a moment ago. So it's twisting the feet so you're back into pyramid. And here's where you may want to have blocks on either side of the foot, depending on how tight you are. So we have a lot of space here right now. We're going to first come onto the ball of your back foot. And as you do, press the toes of your left foot more deeply into the earth. You want to feel that front of the foot all the way up through the front of the shin, get a nice deep stretch. And now we're going to bend into the front knee, and you can either have your hands on your blocks or hands on the floor and step the right leg up in the air. You want to try to keep your hips squared just like they were for pyramid. And then those of you with a little more flexibility can wrap the left arm around the leg and hug the chest a little closer to the thigh. Breathe here. Standing leg splits, Ekapada Uttanasana, breathing with that 5-7 count. Keep relaxing shoulders, face, head and neck. Don't gather the tension there. Last 2, use the internal chant if you need it. And then bring the back foot forward to meet the front. Come back into standing forward fold for just a moment. Let everything settle. Then hands to hips, flat back as you come all the way up, chin stays in. And then just release the arms by your side. And now take a moment to really feel that whole left side of the body. We were down there for quite a bit. Just feel maybe some of the blood draining, all the space and length along that side. And just experience it in contrast to the side we haven't really worked yet. We're going to take a vinyasa to wipe that slate clean so we go to the other side. Feet hip distance or big toes touching, space between the heels. Hands at the heart, inhale, the arms reach up. Exhale, forward fold, navel to spine. Inhale, halfway to monkey pose, flat back. And then exhale, step or lightly hop back to plank position. You can lower the knees if you'd like or keep them lifted for chaturanga. Inhale into cobra or upward facing dog. And then exhale, navel up and back for down dog. We're going to take our 5 full breaths here. Reestablish that pattern of 5-7 breathing. Chin stays in slightly, so we honor that Jalandhara Banda. One more. And come onto the balls of the feet, bend the knees, look at the hands, step or lightly hop forward. Inhale, halfway to monkey pose. Exhale and forward fold. Inhale, lift and rise all the way up. Full breath in, hands touch at the top, gaze looks up, chin comes down, and then arms release to the heart. Inhale, the arms reach up. Keep the chin in. Last second, look up at the hands. And then exhale, chin in. Exhale, forward fold, long spine as you come down. Okay, so this time we're going to do the other side. So left leg steps back, 2.5 feet, heel to heel alignment, back toes pointing towards the upper left corner of the mat. Look at your front foot, lift the toes, activate both the inner and outer edges of that foot. So as those arches engage, we have a little more stability through the leg, a little more firmness. Now, again, it's easy to lean into one part of the hip or the other. So if you want to test for a second, just placing your hand on the sacrum, just kind of feel, okay, am I backing off of one? And often it's the leg that has more sensation. So do what you need to square those hips. And then we're going to keep the hands here down just on the floor. Fingers in a finger stand. Use your blocks if you need them, or palms flat. You could always have a slight micro bend in the front knee, but we do want to keep the back of that leg long, so it's not necessarily a bend. Squeeze the inner thighs toward the midline. Firm up the legs. Now, on the inhale, you're going to take that full breath in. Feel the breath moving all the way towards the pelvis and even elongating the waist as it comes in. And then exhale, navel deeply into the body. Fold more over that front leg. Inhale, breathing in. Elongating. Exhale, just melting a little bit more over the leg. All right, so two more with a loud chant out loud. Inhale. Namaha. Again. Breathe all the way into the hips. Namaha. Now the last three, you're getting quieter with each round. Last one's like a whisper. Now stay. Keep the legs firm while you continue to let go, while you let that flexibility come in, working through those layers in the legs. Head and neck is relaxed. Navel hugs the back body. Last one. Really let go. Feel that sigh. And now you're going to walk your hands towards your left toes again and turn in for that foot spreading posture. So again, your stance is a little shorter than it sometimes is for this pose, and that's okay. We're going to begin here by bringing the hands onto the backs of the legs. Just slide down all the way a couple times. Just feeling a little massage, a little love for the backs of those legs. Now this time we're going to move into a twist. So you're going to engage and lift the chest halfway up, hands under the shoulders like monkey pose. Now left hand comes down into the earth. Rotate the navel to the right and reach the right arm up in the air. And now breathe here. So as you're breathing, navel hugs the back body. Twisting a little deeper to the right with each exhale breath. It helps to use that internal chant. Finding those layers that you're working through with your breath. Two more. And then gently release. Bring the hand back down. Soften in the center for a moment. Let everything relax. Okay, other side. Place the right hand directly underneath the face. Lift the chest away from the thighs and now lift that left arm up in the air, rotating the navel to the left. Breathe here. Hug the navel toward the back body. If you have that internal chant of Namaha, it's going to help because as you hear yourself creating the chant, that long exhale will come in naturally. And that'll squeeze the navel toward the back body and help you twist a little deeper. Last one. And then surrender back to the center. Everything softens. Let go. Okay, we're going to pivot the feet back. So we're back into that pyramid position, just rotating on the feet like we did before. Stay on the ball of your back foot for just a moment so that you can feel that high lunge position. That rather the front of the shin bone, top of the foot, all the way up through the leg, getting a nice stretch there for the anterior portion. And now weight's going to go into that right foot. Again, if you want your blocks, have them nearby. You can step that weight in there or hands on the floor. 1, 2, 3, left leg lifts up in the air. We want to try to keep those hips square, so it doesn't matter how high your leg goes. Just trying to keep those hips in alignment. Right hand can wrap around, grabbing onto the calf. Head and neck stays relaxed. So sometimes I always check in with my jaw, my neck, my shoulders, wanting to make sure here that there is no tension. Keep relaxing, keep letting go. Just a couple more. Hear that internal chant. And then left leg's going to meet the right leg, standing forward fold for just a moment, letting everything settle into that symmetry. Then chin stays in, hands to the hips, scoop the heart. Just going to hover there at halfway. And then slowly come the rest of the way up. And then arms by your side and just stand. Again, it's a long time to have been down there. Get to work through those layers more mindfully. But do be mindful of the breath. Be mindful of the blood leveling out. And just take in that sensation. Notice the nervous system. Does it feel like there's been a shift? And then we're going to take a vinyasa towards the floor. So feet are hip distance apart, our big toes touching, space between the heels. Inhale, the arms reach up. And exhale, forward fold, navel to spine. Chin is in as you go down. Inhale, halfway to monkey pose. Pull the chest away, not to the last second. Lift the chin. Feel a little more lift in the heart. And then exhale, chin in as you forward fold, stepping back to plank position. Knees can lower if you'd like, or squeezing the elbows tight into the side, or keep the knees lifted for chaturanga. Tops of the feet ground. Inhale, cobra or up dog. And then exhale, downward facing dog. 5 full breaths. And then these last few breaths here, we're going to take knees to the outsides of the mat, so nice and wide, and then sit bones to the heels and come into wide child's pose. So this position with the knees wide gives a little more room for the heart to soften towards the floor. We're going to come into a twist here. So left elbow to the outside of the right knee. So just a few inches in front of that, like 3 inches maybe. You can make a fist with your bottom hand, cup with your top, or have your hands in prayer. And then you're going to extend your spine away from your thighs. So keep length there in the spine to start. And then very slowly start to lower that upper arm down toward the floor. And somewhere around halfway, sometimes you get the best twists there. But then you can let the whole upper body come down. Head can rest on the floor. Arms are going to stay in that position so they keep the twists for the upper back. And now breathe here. Breathe into this beautiful variation of child's pose. Deep Ujjayi breaths. One more. Now unwind, just stay low and just let the forehead come into the mat. Unwind here, soften the heart. And then other side, same thing. So now the right elbow is going to go towards the left knee. And you can make a fist with your bottom hand, cup with the top, or have the hands in prayer. And then elbows just about 2 inches from the knee. So lift your chest away from your thighs to start. So really create that length in the torso. And then you can slowly start to lower that upper arm down. And again, somewhere around midway, you tend to get the best twist. But you can let that whole upper body come down, head rests on the floor, and just settle here. Send your breath into any area that needs it. Again, you can mentally be chanting, Namaha, I surrender, I let go. Just 2 more full breaths. And then to unwind, you're just going to unwind, stay low, go back into child's pose, soften the heart. Good, hands under the shoulders, come back up into seated. We're going to bring the knees together and then line your hips up with the knees. So if you like, I like to tuck my back toes under for Anahatasana. And we want to keep that right angle there. And now again, we're going to walk our hands forward. And sometimes they call this half downward facing dog. So you can let the forehead come into the mat. The difference in between this one and this Anahatasana is there is more of a back bend in Anahatasana. So if you're comfortable, if this is enough for you, stay on the forehead. But if you're comfortable, see if you can bring the chin now down into the mat. Now there's a tendency to over dip the low ribs. So you can experience that by giving in through the low ribs for a moment. Now engage your core, hug the navel toward the back body, and what you'll find is that you don't feel that dipping anymore. What you feel is that the back bend deepens in the upper back. And now breathe here. Gaze is forward. Two more breaths, please. And then scoop the heart, nose, chin, chest across the floor, and come into Cobra or Sphinx pose. So either one. Sphinx pose, elbows are just in front of the shoulders, hands are spread wide, pubic bones grounded, tops of the feet are grounded, and you'll breathe here. Cobra, elbows are back, fingertips are lined up with the tops of the shoulders, and you can keep the hands there. It's a little more work for the spine. One's a bit more passive, the other's a little more active. Either way, continue to breathe. So each inhale, you might feel the body lengthening a little bit. Each exhale, feel a little more softness. So there's a gentle pulsation in the body from the breath. One more. Namaha. And then release, and we'll sit tall on our heels. Knees will be together. Absorb the tailbone in, lift the lower belly. This will feel like a neutral spine. Hands resting comfortably in the lap. Close the eyes. So for women, it can be left hand under the belly, right hand on top, thumbs touch. For men, it's the opposite, right hand on the bottom. Have the chin in slightly, back of the neck long, and feel the quality of Jalandhara Banda and its ability to really quiet the mind. Quiet the vrittis. One more breath. This is not mine. I let go. All right, so hips are going to come to the side, and bring your legs out in front of you. Since we already did some pigeon pose, we're going to do sometimes what's called double pigeon or fire log pose. And that's to take your left foot, bend the knee, right foot, bend the knee, and then stack the feet underneath and above the knee directly. So if you're really tight in the hips, and you'll know because this right knee will be way up in the air, you can help assist this by sitting on a blanket or a bolster. But the point is to have this stacking of the shins. So that's where that fire log image comes in. And if you look between your legs, you should see a triangle without anything in the way. Now you want to flex both feet. So that activation of the feet really helps to protect the knee joint. And then you can start with the fingers just in a finger stand beside you. Sit as tall as you can and close your eyes. Keep the chin in, so don't jut the chin forward. Feel that elongation through the spine. Heart is lifted, but shoulders are soft. Now, for some of us, this may be enough. You might want to just stay here. If you want to go a little deeper, you can start to lean forward into the posture. As you walk forward, you're going to find that first area of sensation and be really honest with yourself. It doesn't have to be very far, so if you keep your eyes closed, don't worry about what the image or the outer form looks like. Just feel internally. And then as you breathe there, you're telling the body, I see you. I'll wait, I'll be patient. And if the body knows that it's okay to let go, it will. And at that time, there will be a softness that you can maybe move a little deeper into the pose. Now, as we continue to do this, I'd like to just bring in 3 chants with it being very quiet. So take a deep inhale in. Namaha. Remember that ha piece of the chant feels like a sigh. Namaha. Namaha. If you'd like to continue in the mind, please do so. Keep the chin in. Two more. And then slowly walk your hands back. Take your time to just pad the hands into the floor as you come back up into that tall spine. And then we'll straighten the legs into Dandasana for just a moment. If you need any rubbing of the knees, just some circles there, please take it. And then hands beside the hips, sit tall for a moment. Keep the legs firm, spine firm. Chin is in, back of the neck is long, mind is quiet. Okay, other side. So whatever foot you had on the bottom last time, switch it out. And then take the opposite foot on top of the knee. And again, try your best to have 1 foot under, 1 foot over, stacking those shin bones so that you can feel like those fire logs are one on top of the other, and you can see a triangle between the legs with nothing in the way. Fingers beside you, sit up tall for a moment and just observe sensation. Breathe into it. And then again, with that quality of patience, keep the chin drawn in and just lean forward until you meet your first area of sensation. And sometimes right and left sides are different. So you don't have to anticipate, just be present for what shows up. Five, 7 breathing, longer exhale will help to release what's in there. Whatever accumulation is built up, whether it's physical or maybe energetic, maybe emotional. And then you can keep going forward as the body gives you permission. Remember, you're listening to the body, and if it feels soft, then that's its way of saying, okay, go a little further. And if it doesn't soften, it stays tight, still holding on and gripping. And try bringing in that chant, try bringing in the longer exhale, and wait for it to release. Now we're going to bring in those 3 quiet chants. So nothing too loud, just more internal than anything. Deep inhale. Namaha. The ha is like a sigh. Just a few more. Hearing that internal chant. Last one. And then slowly walk back. Take your time to pad the feet into the earth. Sit with a tall spine, chin in. And then legs can extend again into Dandasana, internally rotating the thighs in and down. Hands beside the hips, sit tall for a moment and just feel. Okay, we have one more forward fold and then we'll make our way to the floor. So legs are extended into Dandasana, internal rotation of the thighs, and we're going to do a little variation here of Paschimottanasana with the breathing, with the Jalandhara Banda. So inhale, the arms reach up. The last second, lift the chin. Exhale, bring the chin in, and all the breath leaves the body here. Hold the breath out. Now fold over the legs with the breath in retention. Inhale when you need to. Keep the chin in, come back up. And it's at the last second you can look up at the hands. Then bring the chin down one more time. And the arms by your side. Okay, so inhale. Keep the chin in. At the last second, look at the hands. Exhale the chin in. All the breath leaves the body. Hold the breath out, move into the posture on retention with the chin held in. Navel towards the spine. Only holding to your comfort level. When you need to inhale, chin stays in as you come back up, At the last second, you're going to look up at the hands. Exhale, the chin comes down, and then the arms go by your side. Okay, we'll do one more together, then two on your own. So inhale, arms reach up, not to the last second. Are you going to look up at the hands? Exhale, the chin down. All the breath leaves the body. Hold the breath out as you fold over the legs, keeping the chin in. Stay in the posture on retention. Inhale when you need to. Arms come up. Chin stays in until the last second. Look up. Exhale the chin down. Arms by your side. Hands to hips. Okay. Last two on your own, please. One more. When you finish, take a moment in Dandasana to just feel. Again, notice the quiet in the mind, calm in the nervous system. And we'll come down onto the floor, onto our backs. Knees can come to chest to start. And then place the hands on top of the knees, fingers pointing towards the toes, and just a little bit of massage here for the spine. So inhale the arms away from you, just to arm's distance, and exhale the knees back to the chest. And inhale, knees away, just to arm's distance, and exhale, knees to chest. And keep going, inhaling, exhaling, just releasing the spine, that nice little massage there over the sacral bone. And then keeping the knees in the chest, inhale the arms over the head, legs extend up, soles of the feet face the ceiling. Exhale, bring the hands to the knees and the knees to the chest. Repeat that again. Inhale, legs up, arms over the head, full extension of the spine. Exhale, hands to knees, knees to chest. One more. Inhale. Exhale. And now just take those knees from your chest over to your left side. Right arm opens up into a T. Gentle spinal twist here on the floor. Gaze over the middle of the right hand. Navel surrenders towards the back body and sinks to the right. Again, you can still maybe hear the chant Namaha, or that 5-7 breath, having been established, is automatic. Last one. And then knees stay close to the chest as you come back. So that helps to lengthen the spines. And as we move into the twist to the right, the spine being lengthened, then we have a little bit more of the twist nearer to the upper back than the lower back. Left shoulder is soft, navel floats to the left. Keep giving in, gazing over the middle finger of the left hand. Certainly, it's totally fine to have your eyes closed as we are preparing for Shavasana. And then bring the knees again close to the chest, back. One more time, little hug there. Pull the shins towards the chest. And then we'll prepare for Shavasana. Final relaxation. If you're in a cooler room, it's a good idea to put some socks and sweaters back on, just so the body temperature cools down slowly. And then if you have a blanket, you can wrap that around the body. An eye pillow is really nice to block out the light in a lighted room. And if there's any sensitivity in your back, any feeling that maybe those forward bends, you tried a little hard and maybe did a little more efforting than we should have, you can always take a bolster or rolled up pillow, rolled up blanket underneath your knees. And that will help to give a little bit of release for the lumbar spine, for the lower back. Body will feel much more comfortable. All right, so as you settle in here, just let the feet be a little wider than hip distance and arms by your side, palms face up, shoulders are tucked underneath you. Feel all efforting in the body release so that you're really allowing yourself to be held by the earth. And then let go of the breath, so no longer needing to shape it. Just let it come in and go out in its natural way. And you might find that it may be naturally longer on exhale just due to the calm in the body and mind. And throughout the practice, we did some variations that had us holding the breath out. And those were more active holds. But if you relax very deeply, sometimes you find passive holds at the bottom of exhale. Sometimes you let the breath go, and there's just no need to bring that next inhale in. You're so relaxed, so calm, so much at peace. So I encourage you to gently watch for those natural pauses, particularly at the bottom of the breath. And enjoy those as moments of deep rest, deep surrender. So slowly allow yourself to come back. First, finding your breath. And just that gentle rise and fall of the belly. And as the breath begins to deepen, start to move fingers and toes. You can roll wrists, roll ankles. Eventually, you'll draw your knees back into your chest. And then curl to your right side into fetal. And just rest there for a moment, with your arm under your head as a pillow. And placing your left hand deeply into the earth, slowly come back up. Let your head and neck be the last thing to lift. And if you'd like, you can prop your sit bones up on a blanket or a bolster for a few moments of meditation. So sitting with a tall spine, relaxed body. Just take a moment to once again find an effortless 5-7 breath. So just exhales naturally longer than the inhale. And in that calm and quiet mind, begin to just watch the gentle breath as it comes in through the nostrils, just to the midbrain. And then exhale from the midbrain out the nostrils, just seeing the path along those two channels, right and left nostril, into the midbrain, and back out. If you're a visual person, you can see that as light traveling in and sort of clearing a pathway, accessing more prana. And as that prana comes in through the nostrils to the midbrain, the center of the midbrain growing a little brighter, a little lighter. As you feel that breath moving in toward the midbrain, see the bottom of the midbrain illuminated. And a very subtle space between the bottom of the midbrain and the top of the soft palate. Again, each breath that comes in helps grow that inner light. And holding your awareness in that gentle space between this illuminated part of the brain and the soft palate. And sense as you hold your attention in that space, deep tranquility. And at some point, the breath becomes more and more shallow. And more of the awareness stays settled in that space. And at some point, there may no longer be need for breath, just pure illuminated awareness. So you can keep this feeling with you. Total calm, complete connection. And let it imprint so that you can remember this is your true nature, at least a glimpse. And all the other stuff, you can just let it go. And take a moment to lower your chin to your chest. Bring your hands back together in front of your heart. And with your head bowed to your hands, we'll just go back to the intention that was set. Trust that you received what you could receive. Let the rest go. I'm just feeling gratitude for this practice and for these teachings. And all of those spiritual directives that have come into your life to guide and to support you and to remind you that you're not alone. I'd just like to seal the practice with a chant. A deep inhale in. Long exhale out. One more deep inhale in and just Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Namaste. Thank you for joining me today for practice. I hope that the peace that we cultivated together stays with you throughout the day and through the weeks ahead. Please, if you'd like to see more of these practices or keep this content free, consider joining my Patreon account. I have 3 different tiers that you can join, which gives access to more teachings, and they are found in the link below in the description of this practice. Please like the practice if you enjoyed it. Please subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and share this with family and friends. The world could really use more yoga right now. Thank you so much. Namaste.